nothing screams successful podcast more than the co-host not knowing the words to the theme song.
I did too.
No, you didn't.
I was singing along with it.
You were singing along with it until you didn't know the words and looked at me like a lost kid in a mall looking for their grandparents.
That's why we need to do a live podcast so people can see the things that go on.
Welcome to another episode of Laugh and Be Blessed.
And guess who's back? Back again.
You didn't even let me get to that. I didn't even say my name. But I didn't even get to... I didn't even say...
No one cares. No one cares.
I feel like all week you just hold in like all these issues that you have and wait for the moment to unleash it on the podcast.
You got another hair tie over there?
It doesn't matter what I have.
Okay. Go. Let's go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Jeez. Welcome to an episode of Laugh and Be Blessed with your hosts. I should probably say our names, Jake and Chia Rubadue.
Hi. I already introduced myself.
You didn't. You just said, guess who's back,
I know.
and then poorly rapped.
And then you told them. So there goes the whole game.
What game?
Of guessing who's back. Now you already gave away the answer.
How do you know they didn't answer? Maybe they were guessing. You can't hear them. Can you?
Can you look on that desk behind you for another hair tie?
I'm in the middle of doing something.
I am too. I gotta put my hair up. It's wet.
There.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you for being here with us, I guess. Jeez, this is off to a fantabulous start.
I feel the same way. I think it's going good.
But you truly think it's going good. That's the issue. Well, I'm happy to be here with my wife, even though it doesn't sound like it, because she's been working a ridiculous amount. I've been working a fun amount, and we've not been able to do this for a while. So we're very happy to be here with you. And for all the new listeners, sup?
Hello.
How you doing?
What up?
All right, so let's get into... I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on. I want to talk about some shows that I just did.
Yeah.
We can start with, I guess, the Oklahoma shows and work our way up.
Do it.
I don't think I had anything before then, because I'm pretty sure I recorded the last podcast like right before I left.
I thought you were going to do a solo podcast and talk about that. Did you not end up doing that?
No.
Okay. Cool.
No, I didn't.
Cool.
You should know these things.
Why?
I mean, you don't even pay attention to the podcast if you're not on it.
Would you?
Huh?
Would you? If it was just me talking, would you listen to it?
I feel like I just listen to you talk all the time anyways, so that's all you do is talk to me.
Oh, whatever.
I think everybody knows in this relationship
No,
you're the one who talks the most.
Don't even.
What?
You talk way more than me.
Whatever.
You can hold a conversation
You're not
with
even letting me talk
7
right now.
people,
That's
and it only be you. Because I have to keep talking to finish my sentence.
The key word there is hold a conversation with 7 people.
Yeah, because
I'm
it's
good at
only
what I
you
do.
talking.
Yeah, and I'm holding that conversation.
You see how
and they're listening.
I had to,
and they're intense and they love it.
You see how I had to interrupt you, but I have to talk really fast. It's because I have to mash my sentences.
You're just mashing
all
it.
in, or else I won't get a word in edgewise.
So I had some fun shows recently. What?
Where does that term come from?
Edgewise?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think it's like the sexual thing of edging? Why does it keep doing this? It's like you get so loud, it tries to shut off. I don't understand why, though.
It's trying to cut me off.
It's like, I'm turning my headphones off. It's got to be like coming through the headphones and then the feedback. So hopefully it sounds fine the whole time. But yeah, look that up while I talk about my shows. So I just got back home. I was on a very fun trip, I guess you could say. So I left for Oklahoma last Wednesday. I drove to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then I stayed the night in Tulsa. Then the next day I went to Oklahoma City. I picked up my buddy Donnie Baker, and then we went to Lawton. This is Thursday. We went to Lawton, Oklahoma. And Lawton, Oklahoma was really fun because it was the show that we did was in a movie theater that looked very haunted. I posted some pictures on my Facebook page, so if you just go to Facebook and look up Jake Rubel, go to my comedy page. You can see the pictures. But it was a really, really cool old movie theater that somebody about my age has kind of renovated. He bought it and he's running it now. And they do like really cool stuff. First of all, whenever you first walk in, there's memorabilia all over the place of some really, really cool movies, like tons of movies and TV shows. So that was really fun. But then he said that they do this thing, I think it's called shadow casting. And what it is that they'll have a movie. So, like, let's say, for instance, they play the... Are you even listening?
Yes, I am.
I don't
I'm
think you
also
are.
researching.
If they play Friday the 13th. So he said that a few years ago they did the Friday the 13th, the first movie. And what they do is they have actors, like local actors, actually will come act out the movie in the theater while the movie's playing on the screen.
Oh.
So, like
kind of like
first,
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah, so like
Okay.
he said, like there's the part in the movie where they kind of start doing the acting part is whenever the counselor, like the head counselor, gets killed. He's walking down the trail by himself with a flashlight, or I can't remember if he has a flashlight. I think somebody else has the flashlight because he's walking and then someone shines a flashlight at him and he's like, "Who is that?" And then they kill him.
Yeah.
So they do that in the theater. So like it's like raining and everything, and the guy comes walking in or something. I don't know if it's raining. I just made that part up. But he comes like walking in.
It is in the movie.
So so it's raining in the theater. So he said that they make it rain in the theater. I thought he said that.
Yeah.
But I was worried I screwed up.
It always rains on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, okay, but not in the whole movie.
Okay.
But he walks in, so they have an actor who's dressed like the sheriff, or not the sheriff, the counselor, walk in the theater, and he's like walking through the rows, like looking around, and then someone will shine a flashlight on him and then kill him.
Okay.
Like right there. So I thought that was cool.
Like when Mrs. Voorhees drives up and kills him.
Yeah. So
Spoiler.
jerk. So that was really cool. It's called Vasca Theater is the name of it. So if you guys want to look up Vasca Theater, it was really neat. And then we went to Oklahoma City the next night and had a fantastic show. And by the way, the show there was great too. Like I had a blast. And then Oklahoma City, I met some really cool people in Oklahoma City. Hung out with them a little bit after the show. Just kind of got to know them a little bit. They were fantastic. Really, really loved the crowd there. Did some new bits that really worked. And there were some cops that was in the audience. And I always love whenever there's cops in the audience because I have some cop jokes and it always works great. And then the next day we finished in Tulsa. So then we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And man, we had a blast there. I met some cool people there as well. We hung out till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Just hanging out with people. And then the next day after Tulsa, I took Donnie to the airport, dropped him off. Then me and John, who is the booker, kind of like the owner of the company, Mad Hatter Shows that I'm working for, me and him went to the Outsiders house. So the house where the Outsiders movie was filmed. We went there and just got to like do a tour of the place. And it was really, really cool. Like I had a great time there. So that was Oklahoma. I had a blast. And then, came home and just got made fun of by my wife a lot. So before I talk about tonight's show, what's Edgewise?
So all I can pretty much see is that...
So you don't know.
Are you gonna let me get a word in edgewise? It just means...
What's that mean?
As if by an edge. So like, I can't even get a word in at like the end of your conversation, or the end of what you're saying. Like I can't even respond because then you start back up.
I don't like how you're using me as the example there.
Well...
I just don't like it.
I don't know.
So then tonight, we had a great time.
We did, because I got to go with you.
Chia got to go with me. We were in Rockville, Indiana with Rob Wilfong and Haas Ridgeway. And it was really, really fun. It was in an Elks Lodge. Kind of a small show. I mean, what do you think? There's probably like 80 people there, maybe? 100?
Yeah.
So kind of a small show, but fantastic crowd. Like everybody was so nice. They were so great. And everybody was funny. I mean, Rob was really funny. Haas was hilarious. I think I did pretty good.
Mm-hmm. You did fabulous.
There was also cops in the room there, which really helped me out. So that was fun. So yeah, shows have been going great. I do have some shows coming up that I'd like to invite you to.
Mark your calendars. Jake could be coming to a town near you.
All right, so I could be coming to a town near you, depending on where your town is. August 5th, which is next week, August 5th, I'm going to be at the Third Coast Comedy Club in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm really excited to do this show. It's good with some very funny people. I know John Hickok is on the show. He's the one who invited me out. So if you don't know John Hickok, look up Hickok45 on YouTube. You're welcome. So that is August 5th, Third Coast Comedy Club in Nashville, Tennessee. And then on August 8th, I will be in Bloomington, Indiana at Hoppy Wobble's Pub with Dan Alton, Jennifer Cooper, and Wilcon Cannon. That is a free show in Bloomington, Indiana. So come out to Hoppy Wobble's Pub. It's on the west side of town. It's a small room. It only fits 49 people. So if you plan on coming to the show, come early because a lot of times we just pack it out. So just a heads up. And then August 14th, I will be at the Merry Pranksters Family Reunion in Nashville, Indiana at Mike's Dance Barn. There are tickets available for this. They just opened it up to the public.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So they wanted to make sure everybody else had their tickets first. So if you go, let's see, if you go online and if you look up, I'd probably
be prepared.
Well, I haven't had to look up the tickets. If you look up, because it's kind of weird, because there's like the Merry Pranksters has like different offshoots of it, like different families, obviously. Mm-hmm. And this family is called the Twangers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Twanger, Plunkers Family Reunion and Good Time Boogie. So if you look up Twanger, Plunkers Family Reunion and Good Time Boogie, that'll pop up. It's going to be August 13th and 14th. I will be there on the 14th. I will be closing the show out on the 14th. So if you want tickets, go to Facebook and just look that up, and you should be able to get your tickets that way. So that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of musicians there. It's just going to be a good hippie time. You know, just a good hippie time. And then August 15th, I will be back at Hoppy Wobble's Pub with Charlie Walker and Will McKenzie. Charlie Walker is a comedian who's from Kentucky, but he actually lives in California now. He's only home for a couple weeks, so he got a hold of me and asked if he could come do a show at Hoppy Wobbles with me. So that is going to be August 15th. Again, it's a free show. If you want to get there, though, get there early. And then on the 20th and 21st, I'm going to be at Gutty's Comedy Club in Greenwood, Indiana, the Greenwood Park Mall with Johnny W. I'm really looking forward to this because I've not met Johnny W. and he's friends with Dusty Slay.
Yeah. And
so,
if you... Go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, and if you can go, you really need to go because it's a good time. It's a good club. There's all kinds of stuff up there. There's places to go to dinner. It's just a good time.
Yeah, there's a Dave & Buster's right there. So after the show, you can go to Dave & Buster's and have some fun.
And they're open late.
They're open late, so you can get some food in there. We still have some money on that card.
Oh, nice.
So,
sorry,
but yeah,
I interrupted you.
Also, Johnny W. is a really, really funny musician. So it's So it's going to be a really fun show. So Gutty's Comedy Club, go to guttyscomedyclub.com to get your tickets for that. And it is the Indiana Gutty's because there's now 2 Gutty's.
Oh,
so if you go to their website, there's 2 of them now. There's one in Minnesota, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been there yet. I'm going next month. And then the 22nd, August 22nd, back at Hoppy Wobbles. For those that you don't know, I run the room at Hoppy Wobbles, so that's why I'm there a lot. But that's going to be Rob Wilfong and Kyle Buck. So Rob's the one who I did a show with tonight. He's very funny. Definitely come out. Kyle Buck runs some shows in Anderson, and he's really funny. He's got a great podcast called Uncle Buck's House. I've been on it before, so go check that out. And then my buddy Jeff Toy is actually coming to do a spot on that show. He's from Louisville. He's really, really funny. We've actually not had a chance to meet yet, so that's why I booked him on the show, just so we could hang out. Because him and Dusty Slay are friends, and then me and Dusty are friends, and then Dusty's always like, yeah, you and Jeff Toy will get along. So we've been trying to make something happen. So now we are. So that's going to be August 22nd, Hoppy Wobbles Pub. And then
because of Dusty's advice, you arranged a play date with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's probably going to stay the night, just so you know. I told him I was going to set the camper up, and he can just sleep in the camper. So
there we go.
So those are the shows in August I'm going to be on. And if you want any more information about those, just go to my Facebook page, Jake Rubel, my comedy page, and I post everything there. So, yeah. Guess what I've been doing?
What?
Just guess.
Watching a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and reading.
Oh.
I've been,
at that.
yeah, I have been reading.
Okay.
So I want to talk about the books I've been reading.
Well, guess what I've been doing?
What?
I've been reading too.
Ugh.
Here's what we're reading.
I guess go ahead and start with what you've been reading.
Wait, you can start.
No. Go ahead. You just have so many books that you've read. Just
But
go
no,
ahead and
I
talk
want to
about
know how many books you've read, and I want to know what you're doing right now. I'm gonna let you go first.
them. Because you're gonna rub it in.
I don't do that, babe.
Okay, whatever. So the books that I've recently read,
Okay.
cover to cover, if you will,
Cover to cover to cover.
is I read The Doors of Perception by Aldous Huxley.
Okay.
Now, I read this book because supposedly this is the book where the Doors actually got their name.
Okay.
So I was really interested in it. I was like, oh, I definitely want to check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me.
No.
No, I read the whole thing, but not for me.
No.
It was completely okay. But I don't like a book to just be okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure when it was released, it was probably a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably like out of this world wild, right? But by now I'm just like, I've heard all this stuff before. So it just wasn't, I don't think it's aged well, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. There were some pretty good parts in it, but not enough for me to recommend it.
Okay.
So that was, I read that, and then I read You Are, a comedy special, a simple 15-step self-help guide to forcibly force yourself to write and perform a full hour of stand-up comedy by Maria Bamford.
That's the title?
Yeah, but if you know Maria Bamford, she's a
Yeah.
comedian, it's
supposed to be like
yeah,
that.
like
It's
that's
supposed
how
to be
she
a mouthful.
is.
Okay.
So I read that book, and it was another one that was just like, it was, I mostly read it because I like Maria Bamford a lot. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because she read the book. So it was funny.
Okay.
It was an audiobook.
But
so
I like
wanted
when the authors read it.
Yeah, I do too. So
I think Tina Fey read hers.
oh, nice. I need to read that one. But yeah, it was really funny. It was good, but it wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't a self-help book by any means, and I knew it wouldn't be. I wasn't reading it to be like, I'm going to read this and do an hour special. Like, I knew that wasn't going to happen. It was mostly just almost making fun of the fact of not doing it. It's just like, just do the thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
And you know, so it was completely okay. And then I read Almost Interesting by David Spade, read by David Spade, and really, really enjoyed this one. Like, I really like the David Spade book a lot.
Oh.
So, which I like, if I'm listening to audiobooks,
Yeah.
8 out of 10 are going to be biographies.
Yeah, I like biographies.
Yeah, so, especially if it's an autobiography. Like,
Yeah.
So it was really good. I did enjoy David. So if you have a chance to read Almost Interesting by David Spade, definitely do it. Then I read The Dudes Abide, the Coen brothers in the making of The Big Lebowski.
Ooh.
That was a good one. So that was like their assistant basically kept notes the whole time and then wrote the book. So that was pretty fun. I liked that. That was a quick read. And then I am almost finished with the other book that I'm reading, which is... I was reading it now. It's just called Elvis Presley. Mm-hmm. And it's by Pamela Clark Kyoch, I guess. I like it a lot. So whenever I was in Oklahoma, me and Donnie had a lot. We talked a lot about Elvis Presley because he's a huge Elvis fan.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about Elvis. So I've been reading this to just kind of boost my knowledge on Elvis, if you will. And it is good. A lot of stuff I definitely don't agree with.
Yeah.
That Elvis partook in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going to get into it, but there was a lot of stuff that I was just like, icky.
Icky.
That's icky. Didn't like that. Didn't like that. Maybe the king, but
Well,
don't like it.
just because someone's a king doesn't mean they have a good history.
Most kings, actually,
Yeah.
don't have a very good history. And
Seems
now,
like you'll get on top.
kings get on top. They be getting on top, and that's a lot of times that's the issue.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they shouldn't be bottom or top. Maybe they should just go ahead and rule for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I've been reading The Shining.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, so I'm getting further in that, and it's good. But it's just a Stephen King book, and anyone who's listened to any of these episodes knows.
It takes you a while.
Yeah, they know how I feel about Stephen King. I love Stephen King, but it really, really, really takes me a while to work through it. So,
how many books have you read so far?
So far this year?
Yeah. No, in your life. Yes, this year.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know if you meant this week.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I read like 4 or 5 of them this week, so I'm at 13 books right now.
That's awesome.
Oh, shut up. Shut your stupid face. I'll be at 14 tomorrow, because I'll finish the Elvis book tomorrow.
What's your goal?
30.
Okay. You got some time.
Yeah. I think I'm 3 books behind.
3 books behind.
Mm-hmm. Behind where I should be to reach my goal.
Yeah. Okay. So... I have not read
That's all the time we have today. Thank you very much.
Nuh-uh.
I know.
I haven't read as many books as you have read lately. I finally finished The Blinds by Adam Sternberg. I think I said his name right.
I don't think you did.
It's a really good book. It's fiction. The premise is there is this town out in the middle of the desert that's set up for people who have had their memories erased. So they either have had their memories erased because they know something they shouldn't know. And it puts them in danger. They've been through some sort of tragedy, or they're a convict. And so the only way for them not to be in prison for the rest of their lives is to have their memory erased and start over in this town. You can't ever, well, you can leave the town, but you can never come back. What?
I was just sitting here thinking, I was just like, have I read this book? This is so familiar. I was like, what? How do I know all this?
Because I told you.
Because you told me. And I legit was like, when did I read this?
But
I'm counting that.
And then
I read 15 books.
You can't, you don't make any money, so like a shipment of goods comes in on a regular basis. So shipment. I know I said it weird.
This is a family show.
And but it gets like really, really good. You get really into
What's the name of it again?
The Blinds.
How are you reading it?
Book.
What's that? Like a physical copy?
A physical copy.
Do you own it?
No. Katie with a C let me borrow it,
okay.
And then I passed it on to Amber. So you can always ask Amber.
No, that's okay. I have so many hard copies that I need to read anyways.
There's a lot.
Don't look over there.
I don't like looking at the shelf.
I know, my list is so long.
And then I'm currently reading, because I started reading another book. So Katie with a C gave me and Amber both books, and then we swapped. So this one's called Homegoing. I literally have just read a few pages, and it's a historical fiction book. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of like, I just needed something simple.
Yeah.
For a little bit, a quick read. So you gave me Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I, if I sat down for a few hours tonight or tomorrow, I'd finish it, because I'm well over halfway through. I got less than 100 pages.
Are you to the part, though, where it's almost like you're not, like, fiending to keep reading it, to where you're just kind of like, okay.
No, I'm to the part where I'm like, I really want to finish it.
Once
I get halfway through.
See, I hit a part in that book where, and I do this with a lot of books, where I just hit, and it's always more than halfway, where I'll just hit a spot where I'm like, I need a breather. That's
so weird, because I have trouble starting books. Like, the first... Now, this one's a little different because it is a little over 200 pages. So probably first 50 pages I was, like, in. Most books, it takes me first 100 pages to, really get it. But once I get into that first 100 pages, I don't want to stop.
See, I'm the opposite.
That's why it takes you so long to finish books. Yeah,
because I get into a book, like, instantly. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm into that. Well, and if I don't, I just put it down. Yeah. I'm just like, this isn't going to catch. But it's got to get me in the first, like, 10 to 15 pages. That's what was cool about doing my to-be-read list this year. And I had, the 15 books that was my goal, what did I do? Oh, I wrote down, there's probably like 11 or 12 books that I wrote down. Then I had a few, like, freebies. But the ones I wrote down, like, I had to read. And, I can't think. I'm sorry. I keep losing track of what I'm saying. But, so if it was on that list, I had to read it. This is so thrilling. But
So I had to read it. But anyways, so
People are
there's
like,
that.
we've been waiting weeks for you guys to come back, and this is what we get. Why do our audience? Why do they sound like that? Why'd you make them sound like that?
I don't know.
I can't believe you did that.
In my head, they're all very, very sophisticated.
They wouldn't be listening to this. So you.
So yeah. So
that's all you've read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I read. Do you want to know how many I've read this year?
I do. Unfortunately.
Just guess.
23.
Holy crap!
I've been keeping track.
It's kind of creepy.
I stalk you a little.
You my friend on Goodreads.
Actually, I literally just threw a number out. It was kind of impressive that I guessed it.
42.
So I've been watching more than I've been reading because
Me too.
Yeah, we've been watching some stuff.
What are we watching?
I think we should probably start with the Nicolas Cage movies we've been watching.
Oh my gosh, Jake.
So I've been, okay, I think I've talked about this before, but for anyone that hasn't listened to the show, or if just forgot, because why would you remember anything that we say on this podcast? Just, you have my permission to clear your head of anything I've said on the show before and fill it full of useful knowledge. But I've been doing this thing where I will look up an article, and let's say, for instance, we want to watch a horror movie. So I will Google, like, top 50 movies on, or top 50 horror movies on Netflix. Chia will pick a number, and I'll count down to that number, and then we just watch it.
Yeah, he calls it horror movie roulette.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that we don't read anything except for the name of the movie. We look at the name, and that's it. And it's been so much fun.
And we have to watch it.
We have to watch it.
Unless we've seen it before, then I pick a new number.
Yeah, or if we watch it and it's like demon possession or anything, we won't really watch it because I don't like that stuff. So far, it's not happened. Like, I'll watch a horror movie, like, but the demon possession stuff I don't get down on. Like, I'm okay with someone getting ripped apart, but I want their soul to be intact.
Yeah.
I thought that'd get a different reaction from you. I thought it was funny. I was going to use it on stage, but I guess not. I literally just tried it out on you, and it failed. So we've been doing that. A couple of movies. So I don't think we've... Yeah, we talked about piercing. We talked about doing it. Because we talked about piercing, and then whatever that other one... He Never Died.
And Berlin Syndrome.
And those were great.
Which Berlin Syndrome was great.
They were all three really good. The pierced is weird.
Yeah.
The other two I really liked. So we've been doing that a lot. We're probably going to forget some of them, but there's a few of them that stand out that I'd really like to talk about. Number one, is it called Caller Out of Space? Was that what it was called? Caller Out of Space.
Yes.
It stars Nicolas Cage, and it is... so weird. Oh my gosh. Like, so weird. And it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely worth watching. But if you just want to watch a movie that just progressively gets stranger and stranger and stranger as the movie goes on, like, literally by the end of the movie, there's no way it was the same writers. You know, it's just like those writers went on strike or something, and then they brought in like a couple of teenage potheads and was just like... You know, they were probably...
Tommy Chong's in it.
Tommy Chong is in it, speaking of potheads. It was probably a situation where, like, the writers went on strike, and then there was just all these guys that were in the room that are like, we need someone to write to finish this movie. And then they're all, like, not very good dads, so they just called all their sons, and they're just like, we want to spend some quality time with you guys. Come in here. And they just used them for free labor and got them to sit down and, like, finish. And they're like, here's some weed. And just got them to finish the script. Because it is not the same movie. It progressively gets...
There was some unexplained things, but I think it...
No, I mean, it flowed good together. Like, it definitely told one cohesive story. I'm just saying, if you showed me the first 10 minutes of that movie and the last 10 minutes of that movie, I wouldn't know it was the same movie. It gets out of control.
Like, there's just some things that, like, get brought up that, like, never get explained, like his wife's sickness. I forgot
about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
What exactly happened to her?
I don't. They
since
hinted
the surgery.
Like they hinted it was like cancer.
Maybe. Yeah, you should know that better than anyone. But like.
Yeah, but it
never
just never
said. I thought we'd get a flashback or something.
And then there's like a really weird part where. There's no way of me explaining it even a little bit without spoilers.
You could say a kid being hurt.
There was a kid being hurt, and he was crying for his dad, and I left the room.
Yeah, Jake.
I cannot
I muted
do
it.
that.
I was like, let's just mute it.
Nope, I walked out of the room for like
Yeah.
5 minutes because I cannot handle that stuff. Like a kid crying for his dad, I'm out. No
Yeah.
way. So I'm just a big softie. So we watched that, and then another Nicolas Cage movie that we watched was Willy's Wonderland. Willy's Wonderland is...
Did he talk at all in that movie?
No, not a single word. Nicolas Cage stars
Has
in
no
it.
dialogue.
Not a single word in that whole movie. And it's fun. It's a fun movie.
It is.
It's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely fun.
It's like C-rated, not even B-rated.
Yeah, it's like a
C or D movie.
You could say B because I think it's self-aware. Like, I think they knew what they were doing. Like, I think they knew they were making a
it's
comedy
a little
horror
creepy
movie.
how you said it was self-aware, like the movie knew what it was doing.
Well, the writers. Again, the stoner kids. They wrote the same thing.
Do they work for Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, that's all. That's the only ones right. He's got another movie that we need to watch called Pig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we need to watch that. Didn't we watch another Nicolas Cage movie? I thought there was 3.
I don't know.
Maybe there was just 2. No, I did. I watched Primal, I think it's called, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was completely okay. Supposedly, there's going to be a Joe Exotic movie.
Oh.
And I think Nicolas Cage is playing Joe Exotic. I don't know.
Thank God. I hope so.
I don't know if it's 100%, but that's kind of the
word.
buzz. That's what's going down. And then we watched a movie called Hush.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was good.
That was a very good movie.
That
If you've
was
not
so
seen Hush,
good.
it's on Netflix, and it is an extremely good movie.
Yeah.
Like, so well done.
It's a very good. Here's the thing with this whole horror movie roulette thing. We probably said before. They're not always horror movies. So Hush was one of the ones that got picked.
Yeah, it was like suspense.
Once we started watching it, I vaguely remember seeing a trailer for it. But when Jake first said it, I was like, well, I've never even heard of this movie. So again, we have no idea what we're getting ready to watch.
Yeah.
And it was a thriller.
Yeah. So the movie is about a writer who lives in this cabin in the woods, pretty much completely isolated, who is deaf, and basically a serial killer comes to her cabin at night and starts messing with her.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, really suspenseful, really good. From
Yeah.
beginning to end, it was a great movie. I really, really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
There was one part in the movie where I got so mad. Oh. I was like, why do they keep making movies like this? I hate this movie. This movie's so stupid. We'll never do this again.
But then it surprised you.
Yeah, then it was a surprise. I was like, oh, okay. I'm okay. Sorry, I freaked out. What else? Is there any other movies that we watched together? I can't really.
I don't know. I've been working so much.
So I finished Schitt's Creek,
I did too. Not together.
which is weird, but me and Jasmine have been watching Schitt's Creek, which I don't know how good that is of a father,
I
but
think it's fine.
yeah, I love it. She's just
Oh,
my
the
baby.
little baby.
She's my baby.
Little baby crows.
Where is Bebe's chamber? Ooh, David. I like it.
David.
Yeah, that was pretty good, Alexis.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I love Schitt's Creek. It took me a long time to get into it, but I finally got into it. Here's my bang my bang my main issue with getting into a show that deep though is when it's over, I'm like, now what?
Yeah.
Like I instantly
because it
have to
wasn't
find
a long series.
right. So I instantly have to find another show to jump right into because now I'm hooked on like TV. Like I need more TV. So I started watching Dave. What? Look, you like me?
No, it's just you really needed another show to binge.
I did.
Yeah. And now you're caught up on Dave.
That's
Because it wasn't. There's
No,
only a few.
That's what I was
seasons
gonna
out.
say. Yeah. So I started watching Dave on Hulu, and that was another one that just pulled me right in instantly. It's very funny, but it's got a lot of dramatic parts in it. I like it a lot, and I was watching it last night, and then all of a sudden Rick and Morty started, and I was just like, I don't watch Rick and Morty. Why is this on? Because Dave ended and Hulu tries to shove Rick and Morty down my throat. I swear to God, every time I'm watching Hulu, if the show I'm watching ends, it's always Rick and
Maybe
Morty.
the kids have been watching it like on your.
No, they're not
profile.
allowed to watch Rick and Morty.
They're not.
No.
Why?
Rick and Morty goes too far.
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
I've seen
it. I know
enough
what it
of it to
looks
know that
like.
it goes too
yeah.
far.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just like,
Like
what the?
farther than Family Guy.
Yes.
Okay, because we let them watch that because we're bad parents.
Yeah, but it definitely goes further than
We're not
Family Guy.
terrible parents.
It just, I don't know, there's something weird about it. So, yeah, so me and Jasmine started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if she was into it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
It might be a little too old for her.
I love it, though.
Not
I
like
love the
too
music.
grown up, like...
No, yeah, too dated.
Too dated, yeah. So I'm watching The Librarians now. The kids and mom love that show. And I guess there's only 4 seasons, and each season's only like, I don't know, 10 episodes long or something. So I'm already on the 3rd season. So I'll finish that. I just recently rewatched all the Harry Potter movies in a really weird way. I wanted to watch some Harry Potter one day, so I watched The Half-Blood Prince. And I was like, oh, I'll watch The Deathly Hallows next. So I watched part 1 and part 2. Okay.
And then you went back.
Now that goes together. And then, yeah, you would think, well, maybe I'll just start from the beginning. So I watched movie 6, 7, and 8. And then I went back and watched movie 5.
And then 4.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You're an idiot.
I don't know. I don't know. I've seen them all so much that it's like, well, it doesn't really matter what
Kind
order
of
I watch
circling
them.
back to The Librarians, does it have like a Doctor Who feel to it
Yes,
almost?
it does.
I thought so. Because
Yes.
as much as your mom and the kids... Because I feel like that's the only show that all the kids really watch with her is Doctor Who and The Librarians.
Yeah. Yeah, because the librarian has a guardian, and it's like Doctor Who always had a companion. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they go on like all these adventures. It is really cool. I think you'd like it.
So I need a new show to watch. I started watching Community today, and I'm 3 or 4 episodes into it, and it's just not pulling me in. I just don't know if I like Joel McHale as a lead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and nothing against him. I just don't know if I like a show that's kind of centered around him. So even though he had the soup or whatever, but that was different because that was literally just him. But this is not pulling me in whatsoever. So if anyone has a recommendation of a show I should watch, go to Facebook and go to Jake and Chia Rubel's Blessed Ones. It's our Facebook group there for the podcast. Join it and then leave a comment there saying, hey, Jake, watch this.
I thought you were watching that alien show.
Resident Alien. I don't remember what service I was watching it on, and it was pretty good. It was making me laugh a lot, so I do need to get back to that. But I don't. Maybe I got caught up on it. There's no way. I don't know. It is pretty good though.
I need to get caught up on The Flash apparently because my daughter's trying to spoil it for me.
No joke. What a punk.
Ugh.
So, have you been playing any games lately?
I have been. I started playing Mario Sunshine the other day. So I tried to play it months and months ago. And literally you start off on this airstrip and I could not get off the airstrip. And I was like, I'm done with this. It's a really simple way to get off. So I figured it out.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually playing the game. So
I'm playing, I think, New Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Wii U or whatever. New Super Mario Brothers U.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. I've been playing that. Not the one that we were playing together.
I was going to say.
No, the other one that I stopped. That I bought it whenever we were in Kentucky, Alabama.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Was it Kentucky when we were trying to go to Disney?
Yeah, I bought it then. So yeah, I've been playing that a little bit. Not too much. Still playing the arcade a little, but I've not been playing it a ton since I've been back from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Just not really been. I mean, really, all week has pretty much just been me recuperating from Oklahoma. It's just been a lot of sleeping. Trip. Yeah, it was. It's been a lot of sleeping and then weird sleep schedule and like going to sleep at like 6 a.m. and getting up at like 12 or 1 p.m. and yeah, just kind of weird stuff.
Weird.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire. I'm completely okay with it. We are going to play a game tonight.
And I'm going to crush you.
You're not going to win. So
we're just going to play sequence to start out, ease us back into the board games.
We really miss playing board. I think board games is a winter sport for us.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's like a winter hobby.
I think we try to do too many difficult games in a row.
I don't know. I don't think it was that. I think it was literally because the weather changed and we started doing a lot of stuff outside and started going camping and all kinds of stuff. So we just stopped. So yeah, we're going to do that.
Speaking of the heat, had something horrible happen to me the other day.
You're going to talk? I didn't think you'd ever talk about that.
I'm going to put a PSA out there because...
Okay, well, let's get into mental health.
Okay, because this affected my mental health big time.
Go ahead.
Okay, so... I'm just going to start out saying I am a dog person. I have dogs.
I'm an animal person.
I love animals, but I've never been a big cat person. So we have these 2 cats. They're indoor-outdoor cats. They're great, and I say indoor-outdoor because if the weather's real bad, like it's raining a lot or it's really cold, we let them in. But for the most part, they like to be outside.
I hope people that have been listening, like I can see Kate is probably going to say something about you calling them our cats.
Why?
Because when we first got them, you were so adamant on being like, these are not my cats. I don't want these cats. I don't like. And now you're just like, we let them in.
Well, I have
let them in sometimes.
A tragic story with one now. So, anyways, our female cat, she's old. She just likes to lay on the porch with the dogs. She doesn't do a lot. And we have this spry little guy, Alice, who he is like a major hunter. He brings us his sacrifices all the time.
Oh my gosh, this cat kills so many things.
I almost stepped on a little snake the other day that he killed, that he had graciously brought up to the porch. He's very proud of himself. He sometimes greets us with these animals in his mouth. So, but he gets in all kinds of mischief. And he'll get in our room and under our bed without us knowing and stuff. So, as I start to tell the story, you guys might see where this goes, but this is the worst thing that has ever happened to me as a pet owner. Ever, ever, ever. I hope to God it never happens again. So the other day, I had been up all night long because I only had like a few nights off, so there's no point in trying to flip to a day person's schedule. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, I had left to go grocery shopping. So when I come home, Jasmine and Holden come outside to help me bring in the groceries. Now at this time it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. So they meet me outside, we all load up with groceries and we're going in. And I had left the back hatch open for them. So they continue to bring in groceries. So they bring in all the groceries, I do the mom thing and I put it all away. I do a few things and then I go to bed because I have to work that night. So I get up and Jasmine just recently got, I don't even know what it's called. It's this appliance in her mouth to give her more space and then she'll get her braces. And I have to tighten it every day. So it comes with a little key and I had forgot it out in the car. So I was like, I'm going to go out in the car and get it. By this time it's close to 6 o'clock. Okay. No one's been in the car for like 8-9 hours. I open the door and I hear meow, meow. And I look down and I don't see Alice, but I hear him. And I duck my head under the seat and there he is. And I swear my heart stopped. And I snatched him up and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? At some point when the kids had the back hatch open and they had brought groceries in, he snuck in the car. And then no one knows he's in there, so they shut it. And it's not a big deal not to see him for a while because he'll go off in the woods and hunts and stuff. He more like will be up at the house in the evening time. He's fixed, just so everyone knows. We're not letting him go impregnate everybody. So I rush him inside. I'm freaking out. He's so weak. I try to give him some water. He doesn't want it right away. Luckily, my sister was here. She took a syringe of water, forced some water into his mouth, and then he started drinking. I rush into the bedroom. I'm like, Jake, Alice just almost died. So I'm like freaking out all the way to work because I was getting ready to leave for work. So I did what I had to do for Jasmine. Then I left for work. I left Alice in the kitchen to cool down and get plenty of water. And all I can think is, should I have taken him to the vet to get IV fluids?
Right.
I'm freaking out because I'm like, I felt terrible. And this wasn't my fault. It was his sneaky little butt's fault. I now check for him every time I get out in that car.
Right.
Every time. If you ever visit my house, make sure we know where Alice is because I don't want him trying to kill himself in your car.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's scared of the car now. And
he's not. He tried to get in the Jeep.
Oh
earlier.
my God.
Yeah.
Why?
He likes risks.
And so, like I said, I'm a dog person. You would see a dog in the car.
Well, it depends on what kind of dog.
I guess that's true. Maybe we should never get an itty bitty dog either. I am happy he was small enough to crawl under the seat.
Yeah, to get like shade and everything.
But it was awful. And then
he was fine with by the time he got to work, he was completely okay. Because I texted you, it was just like Alice was fine. He's drinking water. He's running around like crazy, laying like he was fine.
yeah, so I was freaking out about that, and then I was like, there's people who like purposely leave their pets in.
Oh, I know.
I literally didn't even know he got in there. He did it on himself. I'm like, how do you purposely leave your animal in there?
Right. Yeah.
So, just for all of you people who maybe you don't have cats and you're thinking about getting one or a small dog, make sure when you're unloading your groceries, no pets have gotten into your car because they think it's a neat place to be.
Yeah.
That's just it.
PSA.
PSA.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank our Patreon supporters for this episode of the Laugh and Be Blessed podcast. So thank you, Patreon supporters.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patreon supporters.
Thank you.
If you want to be a Patreon supporter...
Why are you saying that?
I don't know. Just go to
Patreon
patreon.com/laughandbeblessed and you can help us out like our good friends on Patreon do.
Yes.
There's Pam and Jared and Lindsay and Rachel and Fawn and Shan and Danielle. You can say them too. Danielle and Anonymous and Veronica and all of our friends on Patreon. Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Thank you guys.
We really do appreciate it. So we're going to wrap this show up because we want to play Sequence. We've not played a board game in a very long time.
Yes.
It is 2 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm going to beat Jay.
And I'm going to beat Chia.
I'm going to beat Jay.
You're not going to beat me. I don't know why.
I am.
I don't even know why you think it's okay for you to say that.
Get off your pompous little high horse.
Pompous? You think I'm pompous?
You're very pompous.
I don't need spell pompous.
Pompous.
O-U-S. Well, I'm O-U-T.
Hold on.
Are you going to look it up? No, we're out of here. Thank you guys very much.
I was right. Laugh and be blessed.